Now with designing this studio, there are certain criteria that I have to keep in mind. The supplies that I have are off the chart. I don't even want to get into that. That's a lot. Happy New Year, guys, and welcome back to the vlog. I am still recovering from the holidays. I don't know about you guys, but I love a good holiday, but it really wears me down and it takes a while to recover from. It's kind of like going on vacation where when you come home from a vacation, you need a vacation from that vacation to just recover. And I feel like the holidays kind of tend to be like that, at least in my family anyways, and I'm not complaining. It's once a year and it's wonderful memories made, but boy, am I tired. We had a very, very nice Christmas, very low-key. Christmas Eve, as you guys know, was celebrated here with my family. I had it catered. I kind of might do that again next year. I'm digging that. I'm really digging that because I had so much time with them that it was just priceless. I can't put a price on that. The memories I made and the time spent with them, not worrying about things in the kitchen and in the oven and rotating and getting things out. There was none of that. It was wonderful. The one thing I'm super glad about though with the holidays ending is I now once again know what day of the week it is. And I know I'm not the only one out there that has this problem, but for me specifically, December 26th to like January 2nd, I really have no idea what day it is, what time it is. It's kind of like a holiday blur, and I'm not gonna lie, there was definitely a couple of days spent in my PJs, just chilling, doing things around here, and it was wonderful. We all kind of need that little bit of lazy relaxation after crazy holidays, especially us mamas and us hosts and the ones who really are behind the scenes, making things happen and making sure the day runs smoothly. We need a little extra break in my opinion. So I like my lazy days, but it's back to reality, back to a new year, back to a new start, new plans, new ventures. I am so excited for 2025 and getting things done around here in this house. Now, initially, my number one priority was getting back to the kitchen because I put that on hold to get me through the holidays. I did not want to go through any type of a renovation, small or large, at any point in time during a hosting holiday season. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to do that to myself. So I put that on hold with the full intention on that's my first top priority in 2025. I thought my studio was kind of going to take a little hiatus. That's not how it's happening. This is currently right now, this is day 2 of the electricians being here. Yesterday they ran all the wires inside for all the outlets. We planned out the lights, outlet placement, outdoor lights, outdoor outlets. I've got to have that. I need to decorate and need to make things pretty outside down the road. But these are things you have to think of while the electrician's there doing it. So they laid all that out yesterday. So they're back today. I'm fairly confident they're not going to be entirely finished today because we have to have a whole new box. Like, this is a whole big project. I did not realize how big and expensive that this was going to be, because now we're at the expensive part. Now we're at the electrician, and I have my own service, my own box. We had to upgrade the main box. It's been a pretty wild ride, and it's been really fun to see. It's going to be done sooner than I thought, and that is the ultimate priority because that's where I make my money as a furniture artist. I need to get in that studio. I have a whole full inventory that I shared on my new channel, The Sophisticated Fox. I will put that link below. Be sure to subscribe along, turn on the notifications, and follow that channel because that is going to be the main channel for furniture art, decor, upcycling, the studios where it's all gonna happen, which now needs my full attention. So I have to make some serious decisions for my studio, including a little kind of a food area. I have a gorgeous little mini hot red retro fridge that Scott bought me for my studio. I cannot wait to show that to you guys. When I'm out in my studio, I want to be out in my studio. I don't want to have to come back into the house for anything, not for a drink, not to use the bathroom. I want to focus my time and maximize my time in my studio, because my time during the day is incredibly precious and it's very stretched out, but it's not stretched out unmanageably, and it's not stretched out to the point where I'm going to burn out real fast. As long as I stick to it, I'll get it all done. And I actually thought that I would take you guys along and kind of even ask for your help along the way in making some of these decisions. Things that you have in that work for you. Maybe you can give me ideas beyond what we're gonna find today and how I'm gonna show you how I put it all together. Now for this line of work, there's kind of a lot of supplies. I need to think of areas to keep things like sanders, drills, saws. I have screwdrivers and scrapers, brushes of every shape and size, paints. I don't even want to go there, and stains. All of these things have to be stored someplace, and it has to make sense. And then I also have things like hardware, transfers, decoupage material, items that bring my vision to the next level, and I need to store them in a way where I can see them, I know they're there, and I can use them. So there's lots of decisions I have to make, and now that it's down to it, I'm really not sure about how I want it. So I am going to take you along with me as I look online for ideas and inspiration, because I really need it for this space. And I'm going to show you how I do a vision board. Now, a vision board is so important for anything, at least in my life. I have a vision board with my goals laid out for 2025. I have vision boards for each room for the projects, and it's just saving pictures and inspiration and things that really strike me for that space. Whether I use them or not, they're collectively there, so when the time comes to get to it, I can just go, oh yeah, and find these things, hopefully the thrifting way or the cheapest way possible at the very least. I'm a very visual person. I need to see things for myself, and I need to see it more than just inspiration photos. I kind of need to see the image in my head on paper, so I like to use graph paper and kind of draft that out, if you will. And I say that with a hesitation and a giggle because I'm not an architect. I'm not an expert at doing this. I guarantee I'm doing it wrong, and some of my angles are even wrong, but none of that matters because what's up here translates onto this paper and makes it even more real for me to see it and to see how that would function. Once we get all that done though, definitely want to try something new in the kitchen, and I'm going to take you along for this. I am going to just kind of making up a recipe as I go. I thought it would be fun to try like a buffalo chicken enchilada kind of a deal, and then I'm just going to make some white rice, serve it over that, and I kind of think it's going to be really good. I love a good buffalo chicken dip. I just think it'd be a delicious way to have it. Like, I don't know, maybe that's a lot of fat right there, but I don't care. It sounds good. Let's get Milanote going. Ooh, that's pretty. What's that? Ooh, Yosemite. I bet there's a Bigfoot in there. Now, I downloaded the app, so I have this already on my laptop, but this is actually quite an amazing little feature because I can create my vision boards. Just like this. Color Studio. Inspiration. And then you click on this. Now, this will let you choose a template. Like I could pick a mood board and it would give me options of colors and ideas. You could do, they have creative briefs, they have project plans where I could plan out my project, a storyboard, weekly plans. I mean, you can do so much with Milanote, but for me, I am going to use the empty board. And I'm using that just because I don't want a template. I want to be able to do this on my own. Let's get some Pinterest going. I love the idea of this type of storage for my artist brushes, and that's something I could easily make. And with Milanote, I don't know if you can see it, but when I roll it over, there's a button there that gives me the option to save. And if I click that, it brings me over here. This is my Milanote home, and it has all of my boards right on the side there. And I can choose the studio inspiration, tell it to save it, and it actually has that photo saved, which is one thing I really, really like about Milanote. You can see it's right there, unsorted. So what I'm going to do is start grabbing some pictures off of Pinterest and popping them over there. I love that. That's a kitchen island, but could you imagine that as a workstation? There we go, there's the save. I want to save that. See, storage like this, even though I don't have yarn, this is like the IKEA craft hack I was talking about, where you take their basic shelves and you make it look like built-ins, add some feet to it. You can really customize and fit a lot in there. So something along that line is also a really great idea. Let's try adding, like, change that to garage, because that might give me better tool storage ideas. Yeah, see? Like pegboard, I love that idea of the pegboard. Again, they get the pegboard, they get the shelves. I like this because that's kind of what my room looks like, so we are going to save that. Like bins like this, like $1,469. No, but something like that, yeah, I could totally use that. I could see hardware, nuts, bolts, screws, nails, nail gun, you name it. That would hold so much, right down to even the different grades of sandpaper, supplies that way. Something like this could actually be a one-stop central point storage that actually closes up really cool. I just, you know, don't have $1,500. And then now I've got a few over on my board, so let me show you how this works. Got all of these saved on the side, and I need to bring them over, so it's very easy. You drag it over, bring this over, bring this over, and that. Oh, I love how that looks. So good. Send that in the back so it doesn't get lost. So you can do all that kind of stuff too. And then we have our storage. So this is my board right here. And then you just start arranging them on your board like how you want them. And it just saves all of these ideas right here for me. I love how on the bottom it actually has the links where you click it and it'll bring you to that exact Pinterest board. I just think that's also a great option with Milanote. But this is how I design my rooms, and these are things I need to think of for my studio. Now you can also like draw on here. You can add notes if you want. So you've got your note, and your note can go anywhere. Now you can also send something forward or back by clicking on the object. So I can bring this to the front if I wanted, and it would cover the note, but that's not what I want. So like the nice desk area. It also could be like a workspace. Like this could be a desk area for me with paintbrush storage and I don't know, transfers, decoupage, who knows? Just ideas. But I'm telling you, if you have a vision and you want to see it come together, Milanote is the way to go. All right, we found some inspiration together, and now I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm thinking. Sink, refrigerator, counter and storage up, microwave area, hot plate, electric kettle area type over here. I kind of see this as like my desk with maybe the IKEA Billy bookcase hacks framing the window there. Again, this is 20 by 20 square. So I have this wall. Then we also have this entire back wall to figure out. And this is definitely the staging wall. I know this is going to be the staging wall, and I'm going to come up with like sliding curtains or possibly even like rolling background so I can change it out from paneling to rustic to traditional, maybe sheetrock looking. Give myself options to stage the furniture, but I also need a work area, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe over there should be the work area. If I do it like that, I could almost section this area off, utilizing the roof when it's done with like shower curtains, if you will, that I could pull around almost like a hospital room and frame off my sanding, have the windows open, venting it all out to minimize the mess in here, because that's also the goal. It's a working studio, but I don't want the entire thing covered in sawdust and, you know, sand. And I realize this is excessive because this is all the drilling they did for the wiring, but nonetheless, you get sawdust when you work on wood. So what would you guys do if this was your studio space? Give me your best ideas down below. I really, really, really want to hear them. Let me know what you think, how you would design it, what would you put in here, how would you do it? Let me show you my vision for this wall on paper. Now that I have some ideas down on Milanote, it's now time for me to put it on paper so I can kind of get a visual idea as to the layout I'm thinking about in my head. I want to make it come alive and bring it from my head to the paper so I can see if this is going to work, because I don't know. Who knows? I may be changing the whole thing, but it's a starting point for me, and I need this visual starting point, and I need to get on this visual starting point because my studio is going to be ready for more decisions faster than I think it is.
Can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand. Hey darling, I love it when it's me and you on the road with a couple of tunes in a car for two. Hey darling, you know we're gonna have a really good time, driving in the middle of the night when the stars are bright. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air.
I've always seen the sink on the side of the door there, and I think the fridge would go perfect there. And then I could set this area up for storage and a little microwave. I could do some floating shelves on this wall. This is how I envision at least this side of the studio. Just 3 more walls to envision. I have some chicken breasts that I've already cooked and shredded using my hand mixer, and I cooked them in the Instapot. I love doing it that way. I love cooking anything in the Instapot. It's just so easy. So I'm checking to make sure that it's all, in fact, shredded, and then I'm going to add some cream cheese, some ranch dressing, and some buffalo sauce. I personally like Frank's. I think Frank's is really good. We put that on everything around here. Now I'm going to add some cheddar cheese, some mozzarella cheese, and I'm going to mix that up real good. I'm also going to season it to taste with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then assembly is super easy. I'm going to use some flour tortillas that I already have on hand, and I'm going to put a pretty good heaping helping of this in each one. I'm not worried about folding the ends in. I'm just going to kind of roll it up and then set it seam side down in my pan on parchment paper. I'm going to pour a little bit of the buffalo sauce over the top of these and sprinkle on just a little bit more cheese on the top because cheese is good. And then I'm also going to chop up a couple stalks of green onions and add that to the top as well. How gorgeous does this look already? Now I'm just going to pop it into a preheated 325-degree oven for about 20 minutes. I want to get the cheese inside all gooey and melted. And now I'm just going to serve it over a bed of seasoned rice that I happened to make a little earlier in the day in my Instapot as well. I'm not kidding. I use that thing for everything. It's just the wonder tool of the kitchen. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, let's see what we got. Buffalo chicken dip enchiladas over rice. That's good. That's real good. Winner chicken dinner. Literally. So good. I knew it was gonna be good. I didn't know it was gonna be this good. I'm gonna eat and work on my drawings. And remember, I am counting on you guys for giving me some amazing studio suggestions, tips, tricks. Help me pick out how it's gonna look. I think it'll be fun to do it together. Ugh, Scott's gonna like this. If there's any left for him.